Know what I mean? So please, whatsoever you do, I'm a human radio station. Got it?
Nothing but great memories of Donald. Donald was just the warmest, loveliest guy.
I was scared of him too. Donald Pleasance yelling in your face and shaking you. I was like, oh my God. I wondered what the smell was that was on Donald Pleasance's breath. And now I know, as an adult, it's bourbon.
You know, it's an interesting thing for someone because he has all this stature and he's doing a horror movie, but he treated it like it could have been, Shakespeare.
I was a child, he was an older gentleman. We would sit at dinner together, everyone, and he would tell great stories of his wonderful career, which at 11 years old I did not appreciate as much as I would love to be at that dinner table now.
I remember seeing Donald's huge trailer and thinking, oh my gosh, there's a bed in there. How cool is that? Donald rapped and he said, my trailer stays and it's for Danielle.
When I found out that I was doing this with Donald, I was so blown away because he is a legend. There's no other word for it.
Run.
Been trick-or-treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is.
Doctor. 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 Doctor, 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 and doctor. Well, we miss anyone?
This is a complete anastomosis, done from start to finish, using the platypus stabilizer and some unique instruments and shunts that I've designed. This is a 3.5 millimeter custom-made long shunt inserted through a small arteriotomy made with a sharp point needle. In this case, it's coming up against the boxing stenosis. It needs to be customized by tuning it off. This is done with a pair of large scissors, looking at the into rearranging counter pressure. Also, just energy.
We're both on it. We both got the comm plan up as well. Thank you. I bet Mike can handle this whole thing. Shots fired.
Shots fired. It was less than lethal, they yelled.
Shots fired.
How convenient. It's just like the Waco, Texas thing. The video was turned off just before he got shot. And they just said, shots fired. Is this fake? Because in the other video, the guys were screaming less than lethal. Oh, that's what they're doing.
Less lethal, huh?
I just got that on camera.
Got shot. Ay, no, se tiró él. No, they shot him.
Because we just heard the pop. Oh my God. They shot him. It's like a Why would you do it, guys? Please turn on your ear.
That promise. And you said that even putting together a sampling, a statistical estimate, would jeopardize national security. I think that is a very, very damaging position to stake out. We're going to battle it out in the course of this because there are a lot of Americans who share our view that security and liberty are not mutually exclusive. We can have both. You rejected that this morning. You went back on a pledge, and I think it is damaging to the public. Now let me...
Senator, could I answer the question?
Mr. Director, my time is short, and I want to ask you about one other 7.
Well, I would like to answer your question.
Briefly.
What I pledged to you in my confirmation hearing is that I would make every effort to try to find out.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Why we were not able to come to a specific number of collection on U.S. persons. I told you I would consult with Admiral Rogers. I told you I would go to the National Security Agency to try to determine whether or not I was able to do that. I went out there, I talked to them, they went through the technical details. There were extensive efforts on the part of, I learned, on the parts of NSA to try to...
Do or do not. There is no try.
Come to get you an appropriate answer. We were not able to do that.
Respectfully, that's not what you said.
And your ass ain't talking your way out of it.
You said, and I quote, "We are working to produce a relevant metric." Now let me go to my other question.
But we were not able to do that, to achieve it. So working to do it is different than doing it.
There is no try.
You told the American people that even a statistical sample would be jeopardizing America's national security. That is inaccurate and I think detrimental to the cause of ensuring we have both security and liberty. Now here's my other question. We are trying to sort out who the target...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to. What's the matter? Oh, you were finished. Well, allow me to retort.
Who are the targets?
Certainly not.
Who are the targets of a 702 investigation? Director Comey gave 3 different answers in a hearing a month ago. And I think it would be very helpful if you would tell us who, in fact, is a target of these investigations. I want to go after serious foreign threats, but we don't know as of now, with Director Comey having given 3 different answers, who the targets are. Mr. Director.
Well, I can't speak for former Director Clapper. Targets, as I understand, are non-U.S. persons, foreign individuals are the targets. In terms, 702 is directed and prohibited from directing targets on U.S. persons.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
My time is up. I will tell you, Director Comey gave 3 answers. He finally said I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think it's confined to counterterrorism, to espionage, and finally he said he didn't think a diplomat could be targeted. So we need you all, in addition to protecting the liberties of the American people, to tell us who the targets are. Thank you, Chairman.
I would like to respond to that by saying some of those targets are classified, highly classified.
I understand that.
Some of those targets, by revealing those names of those targets, release the methods that we use, and then it's turned against us, and could cost the lives or put some of our agents in.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Yes. Then you know what I'm saying.
Mr. Comey listed a number of targets, which is why there's confusion. He said that on the record. We need you to tell us on the record as well.
This has many names. Gangster.
stalking, mob stalking, community stalking. You're in the middle of this ridiculous, irrational impossibility that is real and is happening.
First, The Guardian revealed the National Security Agency is collecting telephone records of millions of Verizon customers.
And surveil someone through their phones, through their, certainly through their television sets.
For the last year and a half, he's been systematically followed by a group of people.
Does the FBI use drones for surveillance on U.S. soil?
Yes.
New Associated Press investigation shows that the Bureau has its own little Air Force with scores of planes flying over American cities, recording video and tracking cell phone conversations.
He has a man outside of his house in a hood, like basically like a hood that looks, and we can.
Well, this almost sounds like gang stalking or something. Have you heard of that?
Many of the things that victims of gang stalking describe are also symptoms of mental disorders.
We're not having a group hallucination. This is actually something that's happening.
Targeted individuals or individuals who are being singled out by society, by the government, by family, by friends, all because these individuals are identified as true disciples of God, true believers, true practitioners, or at least wholeheartedly endeavoring to be a practitioner of God's gospel. And these individuals have, given testimony regarding what they've had to endure from court systems, the jobs, family members, basically in the form of people trying to abuse them, misusing them, walking away from them, walking out of their lives, taking things from them, lying on them, putting false witness out against them, trying to characterize them as something and somebody that they are not. Hey, I already know about that myself. And these individuals have talked about